Hello and welcome to my home. Today is class 3 of the Doula Family Childbirth Education series. So have a seat, have a cup of tea. Look forward to spending this time with you. It is our pleasure to have you join us. My name is Carol Wachniak, your host. I can do it. This little chick is trying as hard as it can. But the hope is that we know from beginning of time that natural childbirth it's so old it's progressive. We're going to be reviewing the 4 types of foods from the class before. So living, raw, cooked vegetables, cooked animal products, along with understanding the building blocks to build a baby. So living foods are sprouted seeds, grains, nuts, and they contain bioelectricity, enzymes, bioavailable organic minerals and vitamins. And why living food is the best. Dr. Hans Eppinger of the First Medical Clinic of University of Vienna found that living food diet increases the electrical potential between the tissue cells and the capillary cells, plus increases the absorptions of the nutrients. Living food and living water are the only forms that has the ability to jumpstart a weak cell back to health. Dr. Burkholder of Yale University found that an over a 1,500 increase in B vitamins contained in living sprouted oats compared to the cooked oats. You can get oat groats, organic oat groats. You can soak them in distilled water and you would rinse them a couple of times as they start to grow. And by doing that, it is a food source that you can exponentially increase vitamins and nutrients. For example, broccoli sprouts are 1,300 times higher in nutrition than a regular full-grown broccoli. And you can get that, you can order those organic sprout seeds online. Cooked food is devoid of bioelectricity enzymes. It has an average loss of 87% of vitamins and minerals. The raw food is rich in enzymes, bioavailable organic minerals, and vitamins. Dr. Wallach, author of the 700 published articles and a 1991 Nobel Prize nominee in the category of medicine, for his stunning discoveries in the use of trace minerals and vitamins to prevent catastrophic diseases in newborns. Dr. Tom Brewer, known for the prevention of preeclampsia and toxemia through good nutrition, a well-balanced diet, and consuming 100 grams of protein a day. This is preventable. Dr. Samuel West, the founder of the International Academy of Lithology. He's known for this dry state space discoveries on blood and lymph and the life processes and the cellular environment. The lymphatic vessels have the ability to remove the blood proteins and excess water from around the cell so that the oxygen that is in the bloodstream can get to the cell and absorb the nutrients and generate electricity in the cell, as well as decrease pain, loss of energy, and disease. All babies are born in a dry cells are in a dry state space. And in that dry state space, within the cell, there's sodium and potassium. They work together to create electrical charge and have a like its own little energy generator. And those are important because no one talks about the bioelectrical charge within the body. What do enzymes do? One of the most important roles of enzyme is to aid in your digestion. The digestion is the process of turning the food that we eat into energy. For example, there are enzymes in our saliva. So when we start to chew our food, the enzymes break down the food. There's enzymes in our pancreas, our intestines, our stomach, our liver. They break down the fats, the proteins, the carbohydrates. The enzymes use these nutrients for the growth and cellular repair. Foods bring essential nutrients and the enzymes they have stored. It's not only the food we eat that counts, but what we digest and assimilate. The lack of enzymes and the symptoms of maldigestion and malabsorption. Babies are born with a full, what I call a full enzyme bank account. When they're nursing, that is food with a bioelectrical charge as well. Breast milk has bioelectrical charges. They have nutrients. They have all sorts of things in the breast milk, and we will discuss that more later. For the cellular growth and development, we must provide the foods that add enzymes to the digestive system so that all cells will function. We have a 3-page printout here with Doula Family, but I'm just giving you an idea. When there is for example, when there is a protein and vitamin B and vitamin C deficiency, the adrenals will suffer with low blood pressure. You have a lot of awake after sleeping a few hours, periods of depression, inability to think clearly, lightheadedness when meals are missed, frequent nightmares. And so when you take enzymes specifically for repair for these different systems in your adrenals, those are the kinds of things that would be repaired. Most things can be repaired with the food and the nutrients if we supply enough of that. There's the spleen or the liver. The liver has multiple nutritional problems when things like this show up. Hepatitis or jaundice or liver disorders, high blood pressure, water retention, varicose veins or hemorrhoids, stiffness in your neck or shoulders. This is just to give you an idea how important our nutrition is as building blocks to build a baby. But then also, if we ourselves or someone you know has had some of these struggles, we can know how to repair and restore their health. Symptoms of not digesting our food and the lack of enzymes, plus not absorbing the nutrients, creates a lack of the building blocks for healthy cellular health. A break in our intestinal wall in the lining itself allows food to leak into our bloodstream. So, for example, with a leaky gut, some of the symptoms could be high blood pressure, high blood sugar, cortisol issues. The adrenals could be fatigued, rheumatitis, arthritis, headaches, frequent colds, depression, anxiety, ADHD, acne, eczema, constipation or diarrhea. All of those things could be going on, and why this is important for you to be able to absorb the nutrients well so that you can deliver them to the baby. Coach at the cell level is to impress upon you how what you eat is so important to maintaining your health and that growing baby. We are addressing prevention with nutrition. So we want to prevent anemia, dehydration, pica, preeclampsia, or toxemia. What each one of these are, anemia is lower than normal iron in your blood, which decreases the ability to deliver enough oxygen to the baby. Dehydration, an excessive loss of water, cells cannot function properly and the organs are stressed. Pica is consuming a massive amount of severely lacking nutrients. Some people have been eating clay or dirt, large amounts of ice, or other strange, poorly nutrient foods during pregnancy, bags and bags of chips, for example. Preeclampsia and toxemia is totally preventable with nutrition. It's a life-threatening condition. Some experience headaches, severe headaches, high blood pressure, convulsions, anemia, proteinuria, having abnormal high levels of protein in the urine, and preeclampsia symptoms can last 6 months postpartum, which most people do not know that. They don't have an idea that the symptoms can return. So it's really important that you maintain a good nutritional schedule. How sugar impacts your immunity. Sugar increases inflammation. The sugar consumption triggers an inflammatory response in the body, which can suppress your immune functions. 1 tablespoon can shut you down for 18 hours. You can reduce the white blood cell activity. Sugar can impair the activity of your white blood cells, which are essential for fighting infections. Sugar can alter the function of your immune cells, making them less effective at detecting and eliminating pathogens. High sugar intake can lead to increased oxidative stress, which damages the immune cells and weakens their defenses. Can you imagine what a miracle this is? That God is able to take all these tiny little things you cannot see and put them into a form and systems that created you and me, your mom, your dad. We start out with our cells dividing, and we need oxygen and dry state space in the cell. We need for the cells to be healthy so we can grow a healthy baby. The stem cells in the body, when they get the right amount of nutrients, they then go to the part of the body that God has decided to create. In the brain, there are little neurotransponders. It's all electrical charges communicating one to the other. Your baby, count the kicks. How many kicks per hour do you receive? Get to know the baby by its movements. This is an image of the heart This is what Western medicine sees, the one on the left. And this is what's inside your heart with all this little filigree of little blood vessels. And that's what it looks like inside your heart. How intricate it is. The sun gives the heart the magnetic energy to thrive and transmit a strong signal. The heart signal is 5,000 times stronger than the brain. We feel more than we're able to think. And when you think, there's been studies shown that when you're thinking about something, someone else on the other side of the world can hear it within 60 seconds. Why is this one important? Our heart and our brain, our pineal gland, and our third eye, they all work together. The brain starts to develop. On the left side is the manifestation side. That's where we have linear thinking, consequential thinking, analyzing, scientific studies, and processes. The math, the language, music, history, grammatical skills is on the left. And on the right is our dream side, where we can imagine and visualize, and it's our creative side, where we can have fantasies and spontaneity, seeing patterns and relationships, our intuition, our ability to be at one with God, with the holistic processing in our prayer life, in our integration. This is all happening inside that fetus growing within you. This is also going on that in your hands, your ears, your feet, and in your teeth, the nervous system is all connected. And so when someone goes to reflexology and they have some respiratory stuff going on, the reflexologist will work on this part of the feet. Or if they have a clogged liver, or they've got an upset stomach and something's going on with the upset stomachs, or their adrenals are weak, or something's going on with their vision or their hearing. Inside the mouth, it's connected to, like this molar here is connected to your heart and your small intestines. And the stomach, or the lungs and the large intestines, the liver, the gallbladder, the kidneys. So if you have a toothache, also look and see what else is going on. Gestation and fetal growth and development. Understanding the importance of these building blocks to build a healthy baby is key. There's a really good video on the 9 months in the womb. It's a remarkable look at the fetal development through the ultrasound by the pregnancychat.com. So hopefully you'll take a few moments to go to YouTube and watch this. You're going to call the midwife or doctor if you are out of scope of the norm. If there's extreme abdominal pain, vaginal bleeding, painful urination or vaginal discharge or excessive itching, persistent vomiting, dizziness, persistent headaches, excessive swelling of your hands, feet, or face, an illness with a high fever, or a sudden gush of water from the vagina, anything that comes out of the vagina, umbilical cord, foot, hand, or baby, you are to call the midwife. Being comfortable during pregnancy is key. So morning sickness, have you experienced morning sickness, and what have you done for yourself? You can, eat tinier meals, small and grace throughout the day. That is very helpful. Making sure that you are eating well, eating good food. You could be drinking soups, for example. That would make it easier. What about the emotions? Have you experienced this roller coaster of emotions? I encourage you to see the bigger picture of your emotions. Imagine you see a buffet table and it would be full of different foods with lots of different colors. Get to know your emotions and do lots of self-care. Take the time to nurture yourself. Heartburn. Heartburn can have identifying some offending foods. What I have personally done with heartburn is there's a powder called slippery elm. And take a scoop of that and I stirred it in water and it works like a charm. It completely negates the heartburn experience. Engage in moderate exercises. You can eat apples, toast, papaya, yogurts. You can avoid carbonated drinks and walk and have movement after your meals. But if you do experience heartburn, gas, constipation, leg cramps, headaches, I'd also look to see if you're absorbing your foods and if you are experiencing leaky gut and what we can do about that. We'll discuss further. Bleeding gums, it's very important that you see your dentist during your pregnancy. Know that it may be aggravated and you need to increase the circulation. All the mucous membranes are much more sensitive during the pregnancy. And increase your vitamin C. That helps. Our Braxton and Hicks, those are important because they're telling you something. Our uterus contracts from day one. As we are progressing through the pregnancy and it gets larger, you can feel those rhythmic contractions. Make sure that you have good food, that these are just, and know that these are just pre-labor warm-ups. And if you're wondering if it is or isn't real labor, then take a shower, take a bath. And if they stop after a bath, your system's just winding up. Change activities. Rest. If you've been standing on your feet quite a bit, sometimes the body just needs to rest. And just remember, both you, your uterus, and the baby are all maturing at the same time. And what about backaches? Are you looking at how you are supported? Some moms want to wear a baby belly band that supports your stomach muscles, supports your back. So take a break and put your feet up and rest for a little while. Make sure you're standing in a good position. I'd encourage you to sit on a birth ball or exercise ball and do some pelvic movements, increase your calcium, and take a warm bath. You could put a rice sock on your back. That's a cotton sock, and then filled it with rice. You warm up the rice. Some people warm up in an oven or in a microwave. If you're using a microwave, no more than 3 minutes, and you place it on the lower back. Sleep issues. Sometimes we have sleep issues for a couple of reasons, you know, things we're concerned about. Cut down or cut completely out caffeine in your sodas. Sleep with a pillow supporting your knees and back. Have your coach help you make the climate more serene. Nurture yourself. In the middle of the night, when I wake up, I call it my God time. Spend some time with God. Spend some time with the baby. Just know that you're loved and you're nourished with the remarkable moment of birth coming your way. So then we have yeast and vaginitis. That happens quite often. It's over sugar, not enough balance in enzymes and gut health and vaginal cavity health that is fixable with nutrition, and also your practitioner can make some recommendations. Water retention. With water retention, get daily exercise. Keep your feet up over your heart for at least 20 minutes a day. If you're seeing a lot of swelling in your legs, make sure you tell your practitioner if you do have excessive water. Some swelling is normal. You may want to salt your food to taste. And the way you can tell is if you put salt on your tongue, and if you still want it, you need salt to build blood. So sometimes it's just that balance, trying to get that together. And what about sharp pelvic pains in the groin? Do pelvic rocks. Stop and lean forward until it goes away. Take it easy and avoid jerky movements. If it's persistent, talk to your doctor, chiropractor, acupuncturist, physical therapy, massage therapy, pelvic floor practitioner. All of them would be more than happy to help you find solutions. I would like you to take a few moments to find yourself a comfortable place to lay down or relax. I would like you to close your eyes as we do a short meditation. I would like you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through your mouth. And another deep breath. And relax. And take another deep breath, but this time I want you to tighten up your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your legs, your toes. Curl up your toes, tight, 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 tight. Everything tight, and relax. And let it go. And take another deep breath. And from your head to your toes, tight, 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 and relax. Now imagine we're at beautiful sandy beach. You're the only ones who are on the beach. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. And feel the sun. It's warm. You can hear the seagulls. You can feel the breeze of the palm trees blowing through. And you're laying there on the side of the beach, and you can see the pelicans soaring over the water line. Take another deep breath, and you're all at peace. There's nothing to be concerned about. Everything is just as it should be. And take a deep breath and feel the warm water coming up to your toes and your feet and your ankles. And the water's so warm. It's like a bath water. And it's just sitting there with you, loving you, being with you. And ever so slightly, it starts to draw away, and you can feel some sand particles tickling your feet. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel that water coming up over your toes and your ankles, up over your calves and up to your knees. And notice how it's just sitting there, just massaging your legs, just so ever so gently. The sun is warm, the breeze is blowing. You are safe and secure. And ever so slowly, you feel that water start to pull away and slipping down over your leg to your ankles, your feet, and toes. And the sun is warm. The water's warm. The sand is warm. And you're with that special person. And nothing to worry about. Take another deep breath and fill those lungs all the way up. And notice the water has risen over your toes, your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, up, lingering around your hips and up to your tummy. And it's just sitting there. Total peace and quiet in your spirit. Everybody's safe and secure. And the wave of water is just massaging you ever so gently. And ever so slowly, you feel that wave pulling back, sliding off your tummy, past your hips, over your thighs, across your knees, down your calves, over your ankles, feet, and toes. Yeah, there you are. And you notice that it's just so comfortable to be here. And take another deep breath. And the wave comes up over your toes, your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your tummy, and up over your chest and just hanging here under your neck. Everything is fine. The birds are singing. The breeze is blowing, and you hear the rustling of that palm tree. And the water's just there, just you and baby and mom and God. Ever so slowly, you move your arm and you whoosh your hands through the water. And it feels so nice. And you notice that you're buoyant, you're lighter, you're freer. And ever so slowly, you feel the wave pulling back. And you feel the wave coming off all of your shoulders, your chest, your belly button, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet and toes. It's peaceful. Everything is still. I want you to slowly but slowly wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes. Everything is safe and sound. If you don't believe in miracles, perhaps you've forgotten you are one of those miracles, and your baby is going to be a miracle as well. Remember, you are the gift. You were born for a purpose. Now build your legacy. Doula Family Legacy. If you want more information, my granddaughter's crying. She wanted to give me something. Text 224-623-2171, and we'll be glad to speak to you. It's been a pleasure spending time with you today. Hopefully you'll come back for lesson number 4.